Well, what better place to come to launch our Aim High 20 National Tour and Festival than Cornwall? If we can live stream an event from here, we can live stream an event anywhere. You've probably seen what we've been getting up to in lockdown. We ran a 3-day festival at Eden Project. We built a cardboard pyramid stage in a school playing fields for your Glasgow. We did art camp in a Devonian field down in Devon, and we popped up at the Notting Hill Carnival. And next we're going to Leeds because Chris Dyson, head teacher at Parkins Primary, is going to host a 3-day festival of creativity up there in Leeds. In the next few weeks leading up to that, we're going to be doing live stream events in school communities where we live stream, as we are today, literally from the school playing fields or the assembly hall to classrooms across the school and also into family homes, so the children, the parents, the whole community can enjoy the buzz. All leading up, as I say, to a festival in Leeds in November. The Aim High Festival for rocket kids and rock stars who don't just aim high but aim higher than high, high as the sky. Watch this space. Hashtag Aim High 20.
Oh. Oh. Is this high enough up for you? I'm on top of Big Ben. You'll never guess why I am up here. Hold on tight, just check this out. You won't believe your eyes when you see where we are at the moment. We are here in the middle of London, right in the middle of Parliament Square, on a cardboard pyramid stage that we built for Glastonbury and that we've now set up here in Parliament Square. And I'm stood in front of Winston Churchill statues. Do you know what? We've said thanks to you, big thanks out to the lottery, paying your pound, because you've raised £40 billion in the last 25 years for good causes, arts, sports, community. And Winston Churchill said in the war, when he was fighting a battle, a bit like coronavirus, but worse, they said, we need more money for tanks, for guns. And so we said, well, we could raid the arts budget. And Winston Churchill looked at them and he said, well, what's it all for? What are we fighting for? What are we fighting for if we can't have art, if we can't have culture, if we can't have music, if we can't have sport, if we can't have dance, if we can't have communities connected? And I am here in Leeds, believe it or not, because here on my left-hand side, come over here, Mr. Dyson, is a community hero. Say hello to the boys and girls at home, Mr. Dyson.
How's everybody? Great to be here with lovely Nick and Steamco after watching the brilliant Fun Day Friday Best Seats in the House Assembly live at Parklands. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely fantastic to have you here, Mr. Dyson. I can't believe you're here on the, we've got the big pyramid stage set up as well. Do you remember what we did with that this summer? Do you remember that when we went down to, who's head teacher down there? I think you know him, don't you, the teacher we went to? Remember whose this school this was? Give us a commentary. Whose school's that? Do you remember? Brian?
Oh, it's old teacher. It's old primary head teacher. It's good old Brian's school. Good old TES winner. Fantastic.
Absolutely.
What a fantastic stage.
Brian Walton, another amazing. I mean, he won Times Education Supplement Community School of the Year. I think you've been shortlisted for that, haven't you, as well, over the years?
We won it the year before.
Did you?
Yeah,
fantastic.
So keep it in the family.
And I met him at an event in Manchester called Primary Rocks, where a whole load of teachers and leaders get together. I mean, that's an amazing event, isn't it? Do you remember that night?
It is. It's just sad that it got postponed twice this year, but we're on for June next year, so it'll be great to see Gaz Needle and all the crew there.
So we've got to let everybody into a little secret here, Chris. I mean, I'm pretending you're down in Parliament Square, but the reality of the fact is we're actually here in Parkins Primary, up in Leeds, in front of a bit of old curtain you found at home, I think, isn't it?
Only the best for you, Nick.
Only the best for me. We are in front of a green screen, but the beauty of this green screen is that we can be absolutely anywhere. So if I press this button here and then press that button there, you and I are suddenly on Mars. Imagine not being able to experience this, not being able to experience going to Mars. This is the Design Museum in London. Did you go down to that exhibition, the Moving to Mars exhibition, by any chance?
Sadly not.
Sadly not. How many members of your community do you think went to that from the area?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Sadly will have gone down.
I did an event the other week actually, and I asked some people whether they'd been, some people like Ty Goddard and a whole bunch of sort of fancy people in London, and none of them had been to that exhibition. They haven't even been to the Design Museum. And what we've got to do is bring those experiences to schools like this. Now, I've seen you doing some very interesting stuff with some headphones. Tell me about that.
Oh, that's the Now Press Play pink headsets, and with no school trips this year. What a great investment. Use your pupil premium money because it's moving and learning at the same time. And you can get to transport yourself to 80 different scenarios. And it was brilliant because it's, as well as having the normal Anglo-Saxons, Romans and things, we've had a lot of PHSE work this week with anti-bullying and things. So really immersive learning for the children. The children really get so much out of it. Do it all in here and then back to the classroom to do the follow-up writing.
I'll not be funny, Chris, but that's literally just putting headphones on and listening to somebody talking.
It's just putting yourself in that scene where you're in an Anglo-Saxon village and the wild
No. You're not. I'm the sales guy around here, mate. Tell me about just headphones. I mean, I know the budgets are tight. Can you not get some videos for the kids? They have to just sit there with headphones and I mean, that's a bit of a cheap option, isn't it, surely?
No, it's fantastic. The children absolutely adore it. Silent as anything.
So what would you say they're using when they do that, Mr. Dyson?
Using the creativity. They're not just learning off a computer screen. They're actually being there as part of the Roman times and things like that.
Possibly even using their imagination, using their creativity. Fantastic. And that's really what this is all about. Now, we've talked about doing some exciting stuff. I know Christmas is very important at Parklands every year. Give us an idea about what you usually get up to at Christmas here.
So, well, sadly, we can't have our traditional Christmas Eve this year, where we do 800 Christmas presents, 800 presents from Santa, for not only for our children, but for the whole community. But it was so important to make sure Christmas is still so special this year for our beautiful children. So we're doing lots of different activities. We're starting on December the 4th. We're putting up the Christmas tree and singing the Christmas songs to create Christmas spirit, to light the tree. You're obviously here doing our brilliant event. We've got the Rock Kids playing live behind us on the actual stage.
Well, don't tell me too much. We're going to do that in a minute.
So, but every child at Parklands, all 380, will be taking home a £30 Tesco voucher. All the families will be taking home a food hamper to keep tummies full over the Christmas time.
Amazing.
And of course, I've got Santa coming. I've got 380 presents for them all.
So the point is, you usually have your Christmas Eve party where the whole community comes in. You provide a cooked dinner. You have presents for the kids. Obviously, you can't do that this year. Social distancing, kind of nightmare, that one. But last year, weren't you in a newspaper last year? Didn't you get your face in the picture in the paper last year? What's that about?
It went absolutely ballistic last year. The Guardian ran a beautiful feature on it, and then after Sky News saw it, lovely Sophie rang me up and we went live on Sky News that afternoon, so it brought real great publicity.
And you were hero of the week in a newspaper.
Oh, the good old son giving a hero of the week.
That's
that didn't go down very well in Liverpool, but...
that's cursed our presentation, isn't it? Well, not to worry. So what we'd like to do, Chris, I mean, we've had a grant off Department of Digital Culture, Media and Sport, the Treasury, Richie Sunak's given us a bit of money, and they've said, look, go away and connect communities. Do something that you've been doing all summer. We did the Glastonbury, we did Eden Project. And they said, run an event in a community, and let's do something in a community, but using all the tech, all the fancy tech that we're showing here today, something we can share across the country. So I just want to remind you what we got up to in the summer on one little project. Basically, you might remember, we had a little festival down in a field in Devon. We had camping. This is 2 weeks after lockdown. We had a bit of camping. We had an art trail in a field. We had performances. We had workshops. We had all this sort of nonsense. And basically, what I'd like to say to you, Chris, is how would you fancy having a 3-day festival here at Parklands, totally COVID secure and safe, a bit like that, because we've learnt the lessons from that. And that was all legal and licensed. I know it looks quite crazy and quite reckless. How do you fancy having one of those here at Parklands?
Yabba dabba do time for the children at Parklands, I say, in the community.
You fancy a little bit of that, do you?
Oh yes, bring it on.
Basically, we're going to have an art festival because art is what we call it when what we do might connect us to somebody else. So basically, it could be painting, it could be photography, it could be dancing, it could be design. This is Morag Myers Coffee did a fantastic piece of artwork in Leeds. Did you ever see that one she did about community on the billboards?
Absolutely beautiful.
Absolutely super. So design, somebody's art could be DJing, like the Utah Saints. I think they're a Leeds DJ to you, aren't they?
Great banging tunes, especially for my generation.
Is it? I don't know where I was during the 80s. That probably means I had quite a good time. Art could be fashion, art could be football, art could be cooking, art could be coding. We've got to help our kids aim high. Their art could be robots, their art could be rockets. And that's how high we've got to help these kids aim. We're going to call this festival the Aim High Festival. Hashtag Aim High 20. For rocket kids and rock stars, dancers and dreamers, everybody in your community to get high. Friday, well, get high, to aim high. A bit of a 90s slip there, wasn't it? And we couldn't do it without you, Chris Dyson. So the Friday, 4th of December, I think we're going to kick off hashtag Xmas at Parklands. What's going to happen that day as far as you're concerned with your Christmas stuff kicking off?
So I've got the Christmas tree that will be just situated over there. That will be as high as the roof, aiming high. I hope you like what I did there. The children will be singing in the different bubbles to create the Christmas spirit, to get the Christmas lights all lit up. Then we've got a special performance by the Rock Kids, which the children can't wait to get down to. And then in the afternoon, we're going to be doing a lovely, simple carol concert, which we're going to stream live to the parents, because we'd normally have 140 parents in this hall on a Friday afternoon, watching and sharing everything that we do. So it's our way of giving them something back for Christmas and things. So
fantastic. Well, I've been in contact with some amazing people in London and all over the country. We've got artists, we've got performers. Grandad Wills is going to read, Ros Wilson's going to do some stuff. Can you do me a favour? Can you put a shout out to the community here, not only in Seacroft, but across Leeds and Yorkshire? And you're Sheffield, I think, aren't you originally?
Yeah, good old Blade.
Well, let's get the whole of Yorkshire involved in this. And let's get everybody involved, because we want people to perform, we want talks, we want all sorts of stuff. Friday will be a little bit more of a kids' day, because we're going to do a lot of that from here, aren't we? We're going to live stream a couple of assemblies, is that right?
100%.
A couple of assemblies here. I've just caught the end of it today, a bit of an issue travelling, but we've just caught the end of that. Saturday will be Mums and Dad's Day. Leanne, do you remember Leanne?
The pianist, absolutely.
No, that's Lenny. Leanne Burkett.
Oh, my lovely parents who like making cranes and things during lockdown and things. The good old Burkett family.
Unbelievable. So Leanne's going to be involved. She was mum of the day down in Glastonbury, but we'll get another mum or dad or whatever. And then Sunday will be Grandparents' Day, but it doesn't mean it's just stuff for them. We're going to do all sorts of things. Now, we built a cardboard pyramid at Glastonbury. I don't want to give too much away, but how big's your playing field out there? Because I want to build something absolutely massive out of cardboard.
It's quite a small one. It's just 17 acres.
So that could be big. Do you mind if we use a fair bit of that?
You fill your boots.
Fill my boots. I've got that on camera. This is live on the internet, so there's no getting away from this. So basically, what we're going to be doing is we're going to do an art show through the grounds just for local residents on a timed basis, COVID secure, 2 metres. If people want to put art in that, go to the website and nominate your stuff for that. Download this flyer. We're going to build a massive stage. We're going to have bands. We're going to have performances. The first band that we are announcing today is this incredible band here called City Lights. They're a band from Birmingham. They save a little bit like the Specials, a bit like the Arctic Monkeys. I don't know if you've heard of them, Chris, have you?
Another Sheffield band?
Which? Oh, the Arctic Monkeys. Yeah. Well, let's see if we can get them up as well then. So basically, this is the song that we're going to be singing. This is the anthem of the festival, I'm a Rock Star. People used to call me a legend. I didn't realise they were actually calling me a legend. Is that right? Or is
It's a nice Yorkshire phrase, being a legend.
So your brief, should you choose to accept it, Mr. Dyson, is to basically get your boys and girls, get all the community to learn the words to this song, so that when we come back, because I've heard you guys singing in this school, get everybody singing. This is one of the songs you want to be singing. How do you fancy that? Do you reckon you can get them to learn the chorus?
Why not?
Why not? Fantastic. We'll get all sorts of anthems. Mr. Dyson, I'm going to knock that on the head because I know it's late on a Friday. You're very good at well-being and looking after your staff, let alone yourself. And I think if we get back into town, if you can run me down into town, maybe we get a shandy. The pubs aren't open, are they?
Nothing's open. I haven't even had a cup of tea yet today. So,
Chris Dyson, everybody watch this space. Hashtag Aim High 20. It's people like this that build communities. It's people like this that build schools. It's people like this that give kids futures, not just by helping them aim high, not just higher than high, but as high as the sky, helping their kids build castles in the sky. That's a phrase that says, don't dream, just know your place, just sit there and do as you're told. Chris here inspires his kids. Look into this school. Look up Chris Dyson, This Is Me on YouTube. Look up Chris Dyson with his Times Table Rockstars work. Look up Chris Dyson with his work with Pobble. Look at Chris Dyson when he wins awards. Look at Chris Dyson for the work he's doing in this community. Anything else to add before I play this fantastic last film we've nicked off Amazon?
No, because I won't be able to get my head out of the door otherwise. With absolute pleasure. And see you guys on the weekend of the 4th of December.
Chris, you're an utter legend. Let's have some elbow action. Thank you so much. Let's play out this film that we've nicked off Amazon, and let's see if we can't get them and some other companies to sponsor us. Thanks very much, Chris.
Take care.
Good evening. All schools across the country will close until further notice as coronavirus reached 100.
Primary. Where is Chris Dyson? Can we have Chris Dyson on this stage, please?
As I said, we're in the toughest area in Leeds, and yet our school children, the children that actually sit on the interview panel for the Northern Ballet, because I want to give them an opportunity that they've never sort of had before. And it shows if you believe in the people, you believe in these teachers, you believe in these kids, absolutely anything is possible.
I've been playing great tunes on my piano. Thank you.